Once upon a time, in a village named Ramanathapuram, there lived a man named Raja who had a son named Ramu. Raja had a son at a later stage of his life, but Raja never disciplined him nor morally corrected him. Ramu grew up to be a very troublesome and unruly child, but most importantly, Ramu had no fear whatsoever. One day when there was a snake which invaded Raja's house, everybody got out of the house and they were in fear. But Ramu was sleeping in the house and he did not want to get out of it.
There is a snake inside my house. Everybody please come here. Please help me. My son is inside the house.
Raja was screaming out of his lungs. Everybody was shocked to see Ram come out of the house with the snake. Ramu looked at his father and said this.
What is your problem, father? Why are you screaming like a bunch of madmen? Why are you so concerned with the snake? Is the snake so important to you? Here, keep it up.
Ramu gives the snake to his father. The father was extremely shocked and he became sick for the rest of the week. After this incident, the entire village started to murmur about Ramu's braveness. To teach him a lesson, a few young boys of the village decide to go to his house and tell him this.
Bravery is not just holding snakes and catching rats. A real brave boy would be able to go into a graveyard where there are ghosts and devils. That would prove how much of a brave person you are. So you're telling me that I'm supposed to walk all the way to the graveyard just to prove that I am a brave person? I have no interest in this. You can think of me as you wish.
Since Ramu is already a very lazy boy, he decided not to go to the graveyard.
Didn't I already tell you that this boy was nothing but a coward? It is not that easy to be a brave and courageous. I knew that he was a true coward and that he was never brave.
Anandan says these words to insult Ramu, while the other boy says this.
We said a lot of great things about you too, Anandan. Please don't humiliate us like this.
Due to the pressure that he is getting from his friends,
I accept your challenge.
Ramu finally accepts the challenge to go there tonight.
So here's a challenge for you, Ramu. You have to go to the graveyard by night and stay there until the sun rises. Only then I will accept that you are a brave and courageous.
After Ramu accepts the challenge, all the boys wait until night to see him. After it became night, the boys went inside Ramu's house and took him outside. Ramu wakes up and says this to his friends.
What is your problem? Why have you woken me up at this night?
Ramu says this irritated.
Have you already forgot the challenge? He told us that you would go to the graveyard in the middle of the night and prove your bravery.
Says Anandan to Ramu.
I cannot do this tonight. I shall do it tomorrow.
As Ramu was going back to his room, the other two boys stopped him and convinced him.
Ramu, I beg you, please don't disrespect us like that. Please do it for us.
They all somehow beg him and plead him and convince him to go to graveyard in the middle of the night. After Ramu went there, his friends gathered around the corner and started to wait for him. As they kept waiting, they realized that it had been way past the time that Ramu was supposed to come back.
All of you made me believe that he was some courageous and brave individual, but I just proved you that he isn't. I don't even think that he is in the graveyard. He must have gotten scared and went back home like the coward that he is.
After listening to what Anandan said, one of his friends defended Ramu.
I'm sure that he is in the graveyard. He has no reason to lie to us, and if he were to go home, he would have definitely known it by now. Let us go and see whether he is at the graveyard or not.
All the boys go into the graveyard to see whether Ramu is there or not. As they went closer, they were shocked to see Ramu sleeping on top of a tombstone. He was sleeping like he had no care in the world and he was sleeping very peacefully. At that moment, Anandan was shocked and says this to Ramu.
Ramu, get up. This is not your bedroom. This is a graveyard and you are sleeping on a tombstone. How can you sleep here so peacefully? This is a place where people should not stay at. Get up, it's time to go home.
After this, the entire village got to know about Ramu's bravery and courage. But at the same time, when bravery is encouraged blindly, it could be detrimental to human life. If Ramu was standing in front of a tiger and he did not fear the tiger, that would lead him to die by the jaws of a raging tiger. His father realized the importance of teaching Ramu how to fear things and how to be brave to do things. One day, Raja told his son Ramu to go to a nearby mango tree and collect some mangoes. At that moment, Raja had arranged a man to hang on top of the mango tree just to scare Ramu. When Ramu went to collect those mangoes, he saw the man trying to scare him. But Ramu was not afraid. He tickled his leg and pulled him down. The man that was trying to scare Ramu goes back to Raja and tells him that his son Ramu has no fear. As years went by, Ramu became older and he is at the age of 20. His father realized that Ramu is not productive, responsible or intelligent in anything. So he decides to send Ramu out of the house. Raja gives Ramu a bag of money so he can travel around the village to find knowledge and gain more social interactions so that he can take it and travel to other villages. Ramu travels to a nearby village and at that time he meets an old man who looks at him and says this.
Excuse me, sir. Who are you? What are you doing traveling in this region at the middle of the night? It is very dangerous.
Yes, sir. I have been traveling all around this area since the daytime. Now I feel very tired and I am looking for a place to sleep. I asked everybody around a place to lay down for the night and they directed me to this area.
My friend, I request you to not go to that region. That is a place which used to have a huge bungalow a long time ago. Now it is all old and filled with cobwebs. People will not stay there even during the daytime as they fear that something might happen to them. But you are telling me that you want to go there at night time. Do you want to live or do you want your life to be in danger? Think about it.
After the old man said this,
Why do you say so? Is there a tiger or a snake in that area that could hurt me or harm me?
Ramu replies to him in a very sarcastic way.
You seems like a very smart boy, yet you speak with such arrogance. Once I want to tell you, if it was a tiger or a snake, it would be a different problem. But what are you going to encounter is ghosts and demons. They will eat you alive. Just a few years ago, a man went there to sleep and he was never found again. Only his bones and his remaining flesh was found. This proves that there are demons in that area that would eat you and kill you. Why do you want to lose your life at a very young age instead of going this way? Why can't you go the other direction and sleep in the temple? You can sleep there all night. And when you wake up in the morning, the priest would wake you up and give you a delicious prasadam and you can go wherever you want to. Please, do not go there. It is very dangerous.
After listening to the huge speech that the old man gave, Ramu replies this to him.
Okay, sir, what are you saying is very true. But as of now, I don't have the energy or the time to go around and reach the temple. Since the ghost haunted region is nearby, I shall go there and sleep there. And as you said, I shall go to the temple tomorrow. I will leave now.
Ramu said this to the old man.
Can't you listen to what I am saying? You idiot. You will not be able to alive to exit tomorrow. I am telling you to go to the temple and live under the guidance of our God. But you want to go into the haunted region and sleep with the ghosts and the demon. You are the stupidest man I ever met. I can't help you. Neither can I save you. It is your life. You can go anywhere you want to.
Ramu disobeys the old man and goes into the abandoned bungalow to sleep there at night. He takes a cloth from his clothes and he wipes up the bungalow and he sleeps there. Since he is already a lazy person, as soon as he puts his head down, he falls asleep. At that moment, two ghosts come towards Ramu and they start laughing at him. Ramu looks at the ghosts and wakes up immediately. Ramu says this to them.
Oh, are you the ghost that the old man was referring to a while ago?
Says Ramu. After this, one of the ghosts looks at Ramu and says this to him.
Are you trying to run away from us? As soon as we have laid eyes on you, you have to consider that your life is over. You cannot run from here. You cannot hide from here. You will be our prey tonight, and we will do what we want with you.
I don't have the time or energy to run away from you. I am very tired and sleepy and I want to sleep. If you intend on doing anything to me, do it fast and get out of here. If you can't do anything,
Just let me sleep. I don't have the time for your games.
Both the ghosts get very offended and enraged. They look at Ramu and say this to him.
Don't you have any fear when you look at us? We are not ghosts who are wearing the costume of other ghosts. We are actually ghosts that will eat you and tear your life.
You are so brave but very stupid. The ghost immediately carry Ramu and take him to the ghost palace that is there nearby. In that ghost palace, there is a ghost king, his queen and his daughter. Ramu is having the time of his life as the ghosts are carrying him through the air to the palace. The ghosts put Ramu to the ground. Ramu looks at them and says this.
Why have you put me down so quickly? I really enjoyed when both of you carried me. It was almost like feeling like I was at a swing. It was so delightful that I actually slept for a while. Could you please do that to me again? I would really like to play that experience once more.
Both the ghosts are absolutely confused by what Ramu had said and they look at each other perplexed.
You're the most unusual person I have ever met. Human beings like yourself are petrified of ghosts like us.
They blame every single negative things that happen in their lives to us.
If something bad happens in their life, they blame it on us.
If something tragic happens in their life, they blame it on us for every single thing. They go to a temple and do several pujas just to get rid of us. Whereas you on the other hand are completely the opposite and you quite enjoy our company. What is wrong with you?
Don't be afraid to look at us and tell us to carry again. We have never seen a person like you in our life.
The ghost then grabs Ramu and takes him into the palace and puts him on a bed. The bed starts twisting and turning several times. After it stops turning, Ramu says this.
Hey, that was the most delightful experience I have ever had. Please spin me one more time. Please spin me one more time. Please do it. I need to do this again.
Both the ghosts have no idea what to do with Ramu. They have never encountered a human being like this that takes everything so lightly. Usually, human beings would be terrified of the sight of the ghost. They don't know what to do, so they go to the ghost king and say this to him. My king, we do not know what to do with this boy Ramu. We tried everything we possibly can to scare him and put fear in his heart, but he doesn't take anything seriously. He doesn't even think of us as a real ghost. He is having fun and he is playing around. Please handle this yourself. The ghost king is a very tall man with a long beard and long hair. He looks fierce and intimidating. After you listen to what the ghost said, the ghost king says this to them.
Who is this man that are you talking about? The human beings have been always afraid of us ghosts. They might tell other people just to brag that they are not afraid of ghosts. But in reality, they must be absolutely terrified of ghosts. I think Ramu is also joking around with us. But in reality, he must be terrified with us as well. First, you have to make him understand that you are not fake ghosts. You have to make him understand.
The ghost immediately replied to the ghost king.
Unfortunately, my king, we have mentioned to him several times that we are ghosts, but he still doesn't care whether or not we are ghosts. He just wants to sleep and he is lazy. If you do not believe us, please come look at it for yourself.
The ghost king goes to visit Ramu along with the other ghosts. As soon as Ramu sees the ghost king, he bursts into laughter. Ramu looks at the ghost king and says this.
Who is this little boy? He seems very cute and funny.
Ramu starts having way too much fun with him. Now, Ramu takes his axe and throws it up against the wall. Immediately, the axe comes back to his hand. The ghost king gets really upset and starts spinning the bed which Ramu is sitting on. Ramu starts laughing even more as the bed starts spinning, and he is having an absolute blast. After a while, the bed stops spinning and Ramu starts playing with the ghost king's hair. And then Ramu takes the axe and throws it at the ghost king's beard, which gets stuck in the floor. The ghost king, unable to move and stuck on the floor, starts yelling.
I beg you, please leave me. I cannot do this anymore. This beard is very important to me. Without this beard, I can no longer be a king. I have been growing this for generations. I beg you to take this off me and I will never come back to you again.
Ramu listens to the Ghost King and carefully takes out the axe from the Ghost King's beard without hurting the beard. The Ghost King gets up, fixes his beard, and looks shiveringly at Ramu and says this to Ramu.
You are the most brave man I have ever met. I have never seen a man like you in my life. You shall now take all the money that I have. And I also have a daughter, and I want you to marry her as well.
The Ghost King had raised the daughter which was once the child of a king. Since the Ghost King did not have a child, he kidnapped this baby while she was young and he had raised her till this age. Ramu understood the situation and married the daughter of the Ghost King. Immediately, Ramu took his wife to her original father, the king, and visited him. The king looked very happily at his daughter and said this to her.
Can't believe that my daughter was dead all this while, but I'm glad to see her alive.
The king organizes a massive feast and a huge wedding to celebrate the marriage of his daughter with Ramu. Ramu's father Raja is also invited to bless the newlywed couple. Raja realizes Ramu's fearlessness and had a doubt that someday this might backfire. At that moment, the king looks at Raja and says,
Please do not worry about your son is fearless. Yes, your son is very brave and courageous, but the lack of fear could be dangerous. But if we can teach him to be responsible and careful, he will not encounter any such troubles. With your son's bravery, he can achieve and conquer any goal that he wants to. And that would be a testament to his courage. A man that does not fear a ghost will mostly fear his wife.
Everybody listens to what the king says and they start laughing. But at that moment, Raja gets worried and starts thinking whether or not will Ramu be fearful of his wife like other people.
If you like this story, do like it, share it. For more new stories, please subscribe our New Stories Book English YouTube channel.